With Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes now playing, for a review of it coming up this weekend, let's talk about the most recent installment of the rebooted Planet of the Apes series. Here's my review of War for the Planet of the Apes. Big D's! Entertainment rankings and reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 2017 sci-fi action flick War for the Planet of the Apes, released by Fox, directed by Matt Reeves, who helmed the previous attempt in the series, and co-wrote the script with Mark Bombeck. It's the third installment of the Planet of the Apes reboot franchise and ninth film overall in the franchise. Andy Serkis once again returns in the role of Caesar, along with Woody Harrelson and Steve Zahn. In this film, conflict between apes and humans has escalated into full war, and Caesar sets out to avenge those he has lost. The film was released on July 14th, 2017, 4 days after its premiere at the SVA Theater. This film may not quite come close to match up to its predecessor, but it still did pretty well, though. Definitely. Now, before I get started, if you haven't seen my reviews of the other two films in the reboot series, click on that card and it'll take you to the playlist. That's, of course, where you can see my reviews of the original series and the 2001 remake by Tim Burton, as well as a Saturday morning TV log of the Return to the Planet of the Apes series, which this would mean only the TV series from 1974 I have yet to talk about, but that will be coming up later on. Excuse me, everyone. Now, let's get started. 2 years following the battle in San Francisco, the Alpha Omega human militia searches for Caesar's ape colony, aided by Red and other apes derogatorily called the Donkeys, serving the militia. A platoon assaults an ape outpost, but the apes repel the attack, with only a few attackers surviving. The apes release the human survivors in a gesture for peace, but Red escapes from winter. Caesar's elder son, Blue Eyes, and Rocket return from their journey to report they found an oasis, a safer home for the colony. The malicious colonel leads a team to infiltrate the colony and kills Cornelia and Blue Eyes, mistaking him for Caesar. Cornelius, Caesar's younger son, manages to survive the attack. Caesar, Rocket, Maurice, and Luca serve as decoys while the tribe journeys to the oasis. Caesar kills a militiaman in self-defense and finds a mute, well, girl, and that's the daughter to the militiaman. Whom Maurice befriends by giving her a rag doll. The group finds Winter, who admits he told Red where the colony was in exchange for his life. Winter reveals the colonel is heading north, but Caesar kills him when he tries to alert the militia. Along the way to the colonel, Caesar's group discovered dead soldiers, and one of the wounded survivors reveals that he is mute like the girl. Caesar's group chases someone who has stolen one of their horses and is surprised to see that he is another intelligent ape named Bad Ape. Bad Ape guides them to a former weapons depot turned quarantine facility in the mountains. A human patrol kills Luca and captures Caesar when they try to get close. Discovering his tribe is also forced to build a wall after they're captured. Caesar deduces that the militia is barricading the facility to fend off other military forces. The colonel reveals that the simian flu virus has mutated, causing infected humans to mentally devolve into primitive animals. He ordered his own troops to kill any carriers, including his own son, before they could infect other people, which led to disagreements with his superiors, who were still searching for a cure. Caesar is tortured and kept starving to force the tribe to work. The mute girl, named Nova by Maurice, sneaks into the facility to feed Caesar. Rocket allows himself to be captured to prevent Nova from being seen so he and Caesar can formulate a plan to escape. The colonel later confiscates the doll Nova left for Caesar, but the other apes escape via an underground tunnel. The military forces arrive and attack the facility. Meanwhile, Caesar sneaks into the colonel's cabin to kill him, but discovers that he has already become mute after handling the doll. Unwilling to kill the colonel himself, Caesar allows him to kill himself. Now for the ending. You know the procedure. 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below. Fast forward to the time below. As I'm counting down now. If you've seen the movie already, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. The escaping apes are caught in the crossfire between the militia and the military. Caesar attempts to destroy a fuel tank to take out the militia from behind, but he is critically shot by Preacher, one of the militiamen he set free. At the sight of apes being gunned down and killed, Red comes to his senses and kills Preacher before being executed by another militiaman. Caesar blows the fuel tank and escapes the facility, causing an avalanche that buries the facility and military. Caesar, Nova, and the apes are able to avoid the avalanche by scaling on trees. In the aftermath, the apes leave the facility and journey to the oasis. As the apes and Nova arrive at the oasis, Maurice discovers Caesar's wound and promises that Cornelius will know who Caesar is and what he did for the apes. With the apes safe in their new home, Caesar peacefully succumbs to his wounds and dies. End of story. So what did I think of War for the Planet of the Apes? I'm gonna say I really do like this film and what have you. I know that I've only seen this twice. I did go see this when it was released in 2017, and which is the only Planet of the Apes film I've ever seen in the theater. But that's going to change when I see Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I think this was just about as good as its predecessor. Anyway, the film received critical acclaim. The praise for the direction Matt Reeves gave us. Andy Serkis' performance as Caesar, visual effects, themes, emotional weight, and cinematography, and Michael Giacchino's score. That's right, Michael Giacchino's back on board to do the score, just like last time. And what can I say? I was really, really impressed and what have you. Now, the film shares similarities to the last film in the original series, Battle for the Planet of the Apes, with emphasis on the effect of psychosocial development and interaction of apes and humans. Yes. Anyway, it was really, really something. This film didn't quite come close to making as much as the previous film did, but still, it did very well, making 490 million worldwide against its 150 million to 152 million-dollar budget, which made it the second highest grossing film of the franchise behind the previous film. However, the film sets at the highest setting on Certified Fresh on Rotten Tomatoes than the previous film at 94%, saying the film combines breathtaking special effects and a powerful, poignant narrative to conclude this rebooted trilogy on a powerful and truly blockbuster note. Metacritic has it a score of 82 out of 100, and CinemaScore gave it an A-. IGN was impressed, as Scott Kalura said the film is an excellent closing act to this rebooted trilogy, but also one that does enough world building that the series can potentially continue from here, and it's a rare case where, after 3 movies, we're left wanting more. The New York Times A.O. Scott said the film, which of course directed by Matt Reeves, is the grimmest episode so far, and also the strongest, a superb example rare in this area of sloppily constructed, commercially hedged cinematic universes, of clear thinking wedded to inventive technique in popular filmmaking, and lauded Andy Serkis' performance in the film, stating that his performance as Caesar is one of the marvels of modern screen acting. Definitely. For Rolling Stone, Peter Travers says that Serkis performed with a resonant power and depth, a feeling that's nearly Shakespearean. Oscar, get busy. Serkis deserves the gold. And went on to say that the film, number 9 in the Simian cinema canon, is the best of the Apes films since the 1968 original. IndieWire's Eric Kahn gave the film a B plus, praising Reeves' directing, saying it's a given that an expensive 21st century sci-fi movie with talking animals, exploding tanks, and jarring machine guns will look and sound great, but Reeves applies these effects with such a measured strategy that they're always working in service of a greater narrative agenda, and went on to applaud the visuals and musical score, stating that the breathlessly paced montage of flying bullets and angry monkeys raining down on terrified men, aided by Michael Giacchino's vibrant score, is a strong indicator of the next level craftsmanship that distinguishes these movies from so many cacophonous Hollywood spectacles. Not only is the action easy to follow, but you care for the motion capture characters at the center of it, while the humans cower in fear. Anyway, this was, again, as I've said, really, really good. It's gone to win numerous awards and what have you, so yeah, I think War for the Planet of the Apes was exceptionally a good way to finish this trilogy. Even though it'll still continue with a new kind, the start of a new kind of series in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Yes, I liked Matt Reeves' direction. This was still before he directed the Batman, and the story he co-wrote with Mark Bombeck was really good. And the score from Michael Giacchino was really good. And I do like the emotional weight, the themes, and visual effects for this film. Now, for our cast, we have Andy Serkis once again performing Caesar. Performing as Bad Ape is Steve Zahn. Very good. Toby Kebbell once again performs as Koba. Judy Greer once again performs as Cornelia. Karen Conoval once again as Maurice, and Terry Norrie as Rocket, and Michael Adamthwaite as Luca. Now we have Ty Olson as Red, Devin Dalton as Cornelius, Sarah Kang as Lake, Alex Panovic as Winter, and Max Lloyd Jones as Blue Eyes. But that's just the apes' portrayers. For the humans, we have Woody Harrelson as Colonel J. Wesley McCullough. I'm gonna say he was pretty good. Now, although he was billed as the Colonel, which that was fine, I didn't mind that. Thought he did an exceptionally good job. See, Gabriel Chavaria played the preacher, a crossbowman commander in the Alpha Omega militia and the Colonel's right hand. He was good. Let's see. Roger Cross as the captain from the Alpha Omega platoon, and also Amaya Miller. Yes, who, of course, recently appeared on the MacGyver reboot as well as Henry Danger, the Richie Rich series on Netflix, and also just more recently she was in the film My Best Friend's Exorcism just a few years back. But this was 5 years after that, you know. She who was introduced to us as Nova, of course named after the character Linda Harrison played in the first two original films. Anyway, I thought she was good. So you know the cast is really good, aside from Andy Serkis. So with everything said, War for the Planet of the Apes is exceptionally very, very good. I think it's awesome. Would I recommend it? I'd say hell yeah, go for it. I mean, if you like the other two films in the reboot series, I'd say you'll love this one just as much. I mean, it was just so intense and what have you. I was especially surprised when they made a special rendition of the Fox fanfare, even though Fox is now 20th Century Studios. But anyway, yeah, that was really something. But anyway, I think War for the Planet of the Apes was awesome. It has a great cast, great story, great direction, great visual effects, and emotional weight, cinematography, etc., 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 etc. So, what did you think of War for the Planet of the Apes? Let me know in the comment section below. If you liked the video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And join me next time for my Saturday morning TV log on Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling. So if you like this, you can. Even though I mentioned the playlist for the Planet of the Apes franchise, if you haven't gone to it yet, if you want to see some others, you can check out my reviews for the last two films in the original series. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of Conquest for the Planet of the Apes. Of the Planet of the Apes. I'm sorry, wrong. I make yeah. Conquest of the Planet of the Apes from 1972. The upper right-hand corner is my review about for the Planet of the Apes from 1973. Or go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my recent review of the 2001 remake by Tim Burton. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc. Then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, on the Big D saying continue to help my channel grow, make the views grow, and see ya.